these thumbs versus Eclipse, map one being Regret Slayer. I mean, what do you think is going to happen in this next game?
Are you talking to me, Caesar?
You talking to me? You talking to me?
You talking to me? I have a good feeling about nerf these thumbs on Regret Slayer. They're tough, they're fast. This is definitely the kind of map that's going to favor their playstyle.
Yeah, it's a very fast, very aggressive map. We're going to be seeing players soar one in and out.
Yeah, the key for Eclipse is going to be trying to really stay alive while nerf these thumbs is collapsing, and basically try and act as bait so that the people who are respawning on the opposite side of the map will have a chance to push up and get better positioning rather than getting trapped inside of their own base. The question is, will nerf these thumbs pressure make that possible, or will people who are trying to stay alive just end up getting destroyed in a corner versus getting destroyed out in the open?
And though I don't have graphics ready to go for it, let's just talk a little bit about the stats that these respected teams have when it comes to their players. I mean, we see a really impressive roster from Nerf These Thumbs. Ghost X, man, if he has a sniper in his hand, we're gonna see. I think, and I don't think there's any sniping maps on this first rotation, is there? I'm trying to think. Eden
I
Slayer.
don't.
So if we hit to a game 5, I think. I think we're going to be seeing Ghost X take over the game, but that could be something that's pretty detrimental to Nerf these thumbs. They kind of rely on power weapons a lot when it comes to maps, and maps like Regret Slayer and True CTF, they don't have like a really big power weapon swing, so we could see Eclipse taking advantage of that. And if they do so, they'd only have to take one of the maps of either Brig Strongholds, Fathom CTF, or Eden Slayer away, and that could definitely make a huge difference. So I think I'm gonna give a little bit of an advantage to Eclipse when it comes to Regret Slayer and True CTF, but Nerf These Thumbs just an amazing team. It's gonna be really hard to take them down. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see a 3-0, but I think Eclipse can really squeak by on the Regret Slayer and True CTF, and if they do take those, then we're going to be seeing a Game 5.
I don't know. I think they have a pretty good shot on Fathom CTF. Sometimes nerf these thumbs will be so aggressive that they'll actually overcommit to certain pushes. We've seen them be taken down by baggage down on that map before. And I think they're vulnerable to Eclipse on that if Eclipse plays disciplined, plays well together, and manages to just get those 1 or 2 picks on guys who have overcommitted themselves and take advantage of the positions that may be missing some of their setups.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens. Fathom, I mean, in the end, it's going to come down to communication in my mind, and that's just something that Nerf These Thumbs does a really great job on. They just seem to always keep themselves calm. They don't overcommit to anything. They're just a team that likes to put pressure on everything. I believe we're seeing a sub come out for Nerf These Thumbs, so we're not seeing the original four squads. So we're actually seeing X Sawyer is going to be taking the place of Architect, I believe. So instead of Architect, we're going to be seeing X Sawyer coming in.
Sawyer's a solid player. It definitely hurts to lose, part of a roster that has worked so well together. But if anybody's going to be able to, put up good numbers, I think Sawyer is one of those people. He's very solid. Will do a good job of playing around the rest of these guys.
Yeah, and okay, so let's go into the keys to victory for this Regret Slayer. I think we're getting all these teams almost ready to go, so we should be wrapping in pretty soon. So this keys to victory, I mean, it's going to be the same from the last one. Nothing real too new to go on about it, but once again, keeping that top mid control is going to be super important. Top mid in that cop car, making decisive plays. Can't stress this enough. If you're second guessing yourself on plays, if you're not putting that pressure in, and if you're not doing it in a decisive manner, you're gonna get punished for it, and you're gonna lose that control. Why don't you stress the importance of pushing out together? Because I think you do a really good job of explaining what the pushing out together really means on this regret game.
Why, thank you. Yeah, because there's so much space to back down within the car side of the map and a top mid. The most important thing that you can do is get multiple people shooting at the same guy at the same time, because it goes from a 5-shot 1.2-second kill roughly to a 3-shot 0.6-second kill, and just the amount of time that you can take off if you have 3 people shooting into a 2-shot kill that's only about 0.4 seconds is just such a big difference in terms of getting that first pick and getting a numbers advantage, so that you're going to be able to run out and just win by trading shots rather than, having to really use the environment well, which is just impossible to do when you don't have any cover from inside of those bases.
Yeah, and then I think that perfectly explains it. Just the amount of time that it cuts down on when you're getting that kills. It's so important. And then don't worry about the scoreboard, guys. Like it's Rig Slayer as a very swingy map. If you get a couple kills going in your favor, that can really snowball. The snowball nature of this map makes it so that you can be down by 20 and you can be just fine. So don't really worry about that scoreboard. Worry about your team's plays. Make some good decisions, and we should see everything work out just fine for your team. I'm gonna make sure that their other party is open. Well, I'm in Volunteers party right now, so we're gonna start up real shortly, guys. Just give us a couple seconds, so we'll be ready to go. Anything that you want to talk about player-wise? Any players to watch? Something of that nature.
Like I said, I think for the blue team, Pumpkin is really, really solid, very effective Slayer. But overall, I think they're a very balanced team. From what I remember of games I've played against them, every single player on their team is kind of a complete player who's able to perform multiple roles when called upon to do so. Now, admittedly, that's limited experience, so I may be wrong, but I feel like they are very good at not necessarily having to rely on one single player to put up massive numbers in every single game. On the other hand, Ghost X117, he's going to be able to put up great numbers nearly every time for this Nerf These Thumb squad. However, we've also seen Rage playing really well recently, getting a lot of the power weapons, particularly in that series against Baggage Down, and putting up some really great numbers. And from personal experience, I think Commander is usually doing a real good job of showing up where he's needed and being the glue for this team. He plays the kind of same role that Lethal does for Optic Game.
Yeah, and with that being said, let's get into this Regret Slayer on HCS settings. Gotta make sure that we have that right. No AR is coming out this time, but we're gonna be going into this map 1 on Regret, and let's get it started right here. I should probably put this on invite only, huh? That'd probably be smart. But yeah. Let's see it. Beware.
I would have to agree.
One thing that I think is kind of unknown is how good of a coach Beware is. I think he's one of the better coaches in the program, and I think he can definitely push an edge over to Eclipse when it comes into this match. But I think we have to start off with Ghost X. The man goes on a tear occasionally in games, and I think this is a map where we could see him very well take control.
Absolutely agree. I will say, I really love the way Volunteer approaches this game. I think he's a great coach.
Oh no, yeah, nothing
I want him to get some love.
Volunteer. He definitely he's definitely a coach that you'd always want on your team. Does a really great job when it comes to that role. But I just think we don't give Beware enough love when it comes to his coaching role in this league. And let's go on with Ghost X as he makes his way over to this OS. Going to be pushing it real hard. Does pick it up, but eventually gets traded by Shaw. And we're going to be seeing gunfights coming down in this bottom mid area as Shaw makes his way up, trying to get help for his Optimus Pines. But Optimus Pines doesn't need the help after all, and just makes his way. And Shaw's going to be picking up this carbine. Let's go over to somebody in this top mid area as Rage is sitting up in this P2 area. Eventually going to be taken out by a perfect kill by Pumpkin, and a nade's going to fall out and take him out from Ghost X in that top mid area as he's trying to take control of this.
Great throw by Ghost X117 to take down a very dangerous Pumpkin.
Oh my gosh!
I really loved how he used that angle.
It's always on this.
That's okay.
I forgot the overlay.
And Ghost X117 making his way into red too, putting some pressure on these guys. He's managed to trap 3 people in the red tunnel. Wisely backs down instead of trying to chase these kills, and is able to get a shot and a grenade in there and get some hit markers as well.
That's a double grenade. What do you call that? A cluster luck, I believe. Coming out from Commander right there, and Ghost X keeping the pressure on in this base over here as he's trying to find this player in this P2, this blue 2 area. I'd like to see him back off and not push so hard into his base. Let his height advantage do the work, but nonetheless, going to push in right here, get a couple shots on the players. Make this blue team sit down on the bottom side of the map. And Nerf, he's eventually gonna fall, and that's what happens when you fall into 3 players at once. They're gonna team shot you, and you're dead pretty fast.
Yeah, and now this is the opportunity for the blue team to push out. They appear to be moving a little bit slower than I would like, but Nerf These Thumbs is on the run, and Optimus Pines has managed to get some good damage on these guys at Car 2. Just to say that though, Ghost X117 comes back to life and make sure that the blue team is not able to get back into control.
I think you said it best.
I'm a
I mean,
commander.
sorry, I think you
No,
said
go
it
ahead.
best when like Eclipse are getting these kills and they're slaying out, but they're just playing too slow to really take advantage of the opportunities that they're given. And we've seen once or twice where they had the opportunity to really break that top control, and if they just play a little bit more fast, I think they'd be more ready for it. This OS is coming up. I don't know if anybody's really in position for it. Oh, there we go. We see Mr. Nerky Sons on top at OS time, but I think he's going to get hit in the back. Nonetheless, he's getting hit by about 4 people. And that OS is gone pretty fast, and its Pumpkin's going to take it. And actually, it wasn't Earthy Sons. It was Beware with that time.
Yeah.
It was Beware.
Yeah, Beware doing a great job with that. Rare for Volunteer and Nerf these thumbs to miss something like that, but it was such an early camo burn. I think he just kind of let it go.
Yeah, I mean, he did end up getting 2 or 3 players with it. Oh, we see the plasma pistol, the coveted plasma pistol kill come out as he finds a player in that P1 area, and I'm gonna hop in with a team listen in with actually, no, never mind. I don't have that set up right now, so we're going to keep watching its Pumpkin and see finding this player up in this top mid area. Using that plasma pistol to his full ability does help his teammate able to pick up Commander after he was able to pick up a kill over there in that car area.
Yeah, great team shots and a nice looking rotation here. I'm really impressed with what they're doing now with an 18-12 lead in spite of how much control it looked like Nerf these thumbs had for most of this match.
Yeah, and this plasma pistol is being used very effectively by its Pumpkin. He's just getting all these kills with it. Anytime a player comes and pushes him, he just seems to have that plasma pistol out and ready, and they drop their shields down to 1 shot real fast. But its Pumpkin just sitting in this car area, something that you like to see, using that plasma pistol to its fullest ability. Eventually he's going to fall out. I think he's going to put it on a timer if he finds that bull shot over there, but does not end up finding it. And, oh, they hear the boost. There's 2 players waiting for this player, but he's eventually going to fall down into this blue 1 area.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of indecision here. They have 3 players who could push against this one single guy, but instead they allow GhostX117 to get in behind them. Scala is fortunately going to be able to burn him down, but that was definitely a dangerous position that the blue team put themselves. Commander does a great job forcing that player to walk onto the exploding barrel and die. He's going to sit up at Red Car now and has managed to buy his team a bit of an opportunity to get in control. Rotating back towards the base may have been a mistake there, though.
Yeah, that's what the indecisiveness does to a team, though. I mean, oh, a nice little teammate coming out from Commander right there. I don't think he's really expecting his team to get there so fast. But, man, just the indecisiveness right there allowed Nerky Sums to take control of the map again. I'd like to see them get back up to this top mid, but they got 1 player from behind. They did end up, I think, trading pretty evenly, but it did allow them to get the favorable spawns in there. Now they're keeping this top mid control. Commander making his way out to this P Street, trying to get back to his team and see if we can find a player over here. Optimus Pine's getting a nice little couple shots on a player in top mid, trying to find the second one, but does not find the kill.
Yeah, slowly but surely, it looks like Nerf these thumbs are clawing their way back into this one. They've got the overshield over there, but it looks like it may have been burned with all the shots. Sawyer goes down, and a numbers advantage comes out for 4-on-2 now for them, but oh, he's taken down at car 2, and it appears they may end up trading out rather than taking control of the map. Flips the side.
Yeah, Rage finds a couple shots on that guy top mid, doesn't able to find the kill. Eventually has to fall down. And Pumpkin, once again with his plasma pistol, let's see if he's able to do any work with it. Finds 1 kill in that blue car area, looking for a second over in this blue 2 area. And finds it. I'd like to see him scope in with that plasma pistol. I think he'd be able to hit a couple more players if he does. But nonetheless, using it pretty effectively as he finds another player, makes him 1 shot on that bridge area.
Yeah, I think he may have been caught with the shot or 2 de-scoped him. Hard to tell though, he may just have been expecting to get de-scoped. Big melee there, but 3 players pushing out from Nerf these thumbs. And that's what I was talking about when I said you can really melt somebody, force them to back down, if you just walk together. Optimus Pine's eventually able to get a kill there, but it looks like Nerf these thumbs are going to take control of the car side as a result of the play.
Yeah, 3-man push did the job. A good job by Pumpkin to stay alive in that situation. But wasn't able to keep the push from straying away. I don't really like that drop from Rage, but I guess the OS time is coming up, so they're getting ready for that. Finds a player dropping down, and I think we have an OS coming up any second. There it is. The player did get killed. I don't know if he was able to get away with it. Nope, I think that OS is going to be burned, and Rage is eventually going to fall down too. So that's going to be a 9-kill lead coming in for Eclipse in the weaning moments of this game as they take it 40-30. I mean, all we need they can just trade the rest of the kills for this game, and they'll be perfectly fine as they extend that lead to 11. Finding another player in the spot in mid area is Pines.
Yeah, nerf these thumbs have enough kills in reserve to make one really good push and try and get in control. But if they start giving up too many deaths right now, as they appear to be doing going out in the red tunnel here, this
Oh,
could be a problem for them.
let's see a player left issue. I think it might have been one of the
I
coaches.
think it may have been the coach.
So I think we're going to be fine on that end. Commander finding a kill. Oh, you know what? We're going to go into the team listening. I know we're kind of late on it anyway, but a team listening with Nerf these some, see what they're going to be doing in this winning moments.
Oh.
We're in blue.
Let's go.
Arches. Hold on, Ray.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's under blue, one shot. Under blue, one shot.
I like launched up into the air on accident. Red
Oh
car,
my
one red car.
God, man. Blue on the trade.
Dude, I got pushed on car by 2.
Yo, Rage, I'm with you.
Alright. Yeah, I'm backing up, Back up,
Oh,
dude.
wow, there's 3 guys
Bye.
there. There's 3 guys there.
You guys can't die.
I got one. Fuck, dude.
Fuck me, dude. That was a bad game. Sorry, fellas.
All right, well, I do need to fix the team stream title. So what did you see from that Regret Slayer? I mean, what did Eclipse do right to take that right there?
You know, they had stronger teamwork and were less likely to put themselves in poor positions, and its pumpkin absolutely went off with that plasma pistol. And that power weapon effect, I think, was probably the biggest thing that allowed them to really capitalize on the moments where they had control, versus when Nerf These Thumbs was not really able to control the power weapons and allowed Eclipse to trade just a little bit more efficiently with them and get back up top as Nerf These Thumbs crashed into the bases.
Yeah, I mean, a pretty convincing win, 50-36. Obviously, Pumpkin doing some work, 23-8. That plasma pistol being really handy to win, but man, the plasma pistol just so deadly on that map. I think we. I can't even remember how many plasma pistol kills we saw from Pumpkin, but it seems like he always had it in his hands, and then just using it to his fullest of abilities. Game crash and parties. Okay.
I would love to get a look at the assists. Yeah, I've managed the party.
We'll see. Okay, well, we're gonna. Volunteer had to drop out for a second as he is having a little bit of issues with his internet. But nonetheless, let's talk about this game too. Fathom CTF. Fathom, one of the slower games in the, it's one of the slower maps in this game. It's a little bit more methodical. We're gonna have to see players really pushing together, and I think that's where Nerf These Thumbs does a good job. But obviously, something's going on in their water tonight. But hopefully, they can bounce back pretty strong in this next map.
Yeah, I'm looking for somebody to get the railgun camo combo and just really go off. I'd love to see somebody putting up some huge stats like that.
Yeah, I mean, I would just huge stats is always a good thing. That invis the invis railgun combo always so deadly on the map, and hopefully we find 1 or 2 times where somebody's going to be picking up those things.
So after a quick look, it appears 23, 30, 39 assists coming out for Team Eclipse, with only 9, 16, 22 assists coming out for Nerf These Thumbs. So the teamwork is definitely going to be the key. Nerf These Thumbs are going to have to really get that together and start executing more team shots so that they can win this next match.
Yeah, so let's just talk about the keys to victory real fast. Being on top of that camo time obviously is super important. When you have the camo, it can make plays come and fall into your lap. Anchoring that top mid, always having a player around that top mid area, being able to focus on the spawns, and doing whatever possible in those regards is always going to be helpful. And then last but not least, always use the rifles on the map. I mean, why don't you explain what's so important about the rifles on this map and what they do for you on a Fathom CTF?
Absolutely. It significantly increases your range. It allows you to hit within red reticle range into the bases from top mid or into top mid from the bases, which is a big improvement over the pistol. The TAC Magnum can also be extremely useful for making sneaky plays, and with the vertical levels around the tree houses, staying off that radar can be really important and allow you to get the first shot as you drop on people rather than, fighting somebody in there. The guy below you knows exactly where you are and is able to make a play on. The 2-shot beatdowns from the battle rifle and the light rifle, particularly the light rifle because it's more reliable about it, are also really important for playing some of those corners and the enclosed spaces around the elbow, and again the treehouse to win those close range battles.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself. Those it just gives you so much advantage in those one-on-one battles, and whoever's picking them up, I think, is going to have a really big advantage right here. Volunteers are not going to be able to be in this game right here, so we're going to be starting up real soon. So this is it, guys. Game 2, Fathom CTF for this for this next series right here. Oh, I should probably make sure everyone knows Eclipse is up 1-0. That'd probably be smart, huh? But let's transition over into the screen and let's get ready for some CTF on Fathom. Oof, it's loading screen. Who you want to go on top with? I think Pumpkin's probably the logical choice, huh? He had a pretty stellar game the game before, huh?
Yeah, hard not to pick him.
But we will do it anyways. No, I'm kidding. We're gonna go.
I mean, Scala had a pretty good game at 12-6 as well. So you could always go with him. But no, Pumpkin is clearly the X factor for this team right now.
Pumpkin. Let's see what he does as he makes his way. Looks like he's gonna be going for that quick invis grab as he's coming up this top mid area. Does the unconventional jump and actually bites him a little bit as he falls down right into the reticle of 3 different players. But nonetheless, it looks like, oh nope, that Camo is still up top mid. I thought Spider-Man was gonna be able to get it, but he is taken down before it's going to happen. Shaw making his way, does the jump to get top mid, and even though player after player falls for Eclipse, they're going to end up getting this Camo anyway. But Ghost X is trying to get a railgun kill on this Camo guy, and he's going to actually fall. If this Camo guy can find him and get that railgun, it can be very detrimental to nerf these thumbs.
Yeah, and that, I believe, was it. Commander goes down, the assist thing flashed, so I think he was the player with the railgun that was hit by that grenade.
Actually,
May have been somebody else,
Ghost
though.
X that has it. Let's go on Bardo and see what he's going to be doing with it as a player. And right as it go on, Pumpkin's going to be able to pick up that railgun. And he's going to make short work of it, finds his double kill, going to pull out this flag. I think he has a pretty clear route going into this dip area, and that could be the first flag cap on the board for this game.
Yeah, they've done a great job with the spawn control here, forcing everybody from Nerf These Thumbs to show up at the silo. This has allowed them to really predict those spawns effectively, shoot all in the same direction, not have anybody show up behind.
No, the ledge got in the way. No, the flag might be getting returned. This player, Commander, making huge plays, gets the pull off too. This could be what we're needing. Oh my lord, that was something different. Commander willing his team to be alive. Sawyer eventually going to be taken out in the back, but Rage trying to get that flag around that corner, but it looks like it's going to be reset, and it's all for naught as the first flag cap's going to be coming in at the 10:24 mark for Eclipse. But man, that was a series of event right there.
Yeah, I'll say Commander really coming up clutch for his team. Unfortunately, it was not quite enough, but that's going to make the highlight reel for sure.
I think we'll be seeing that in the post game for sure. But Optimus Prime sitting in the back of the space with this light rifle, very important, just trying to lay down as many shots as possible. Know there's a man in that silo area, just trying to find him. Eventually sees him rotate into that top nades area, and that player is actually
Yeah, he's taking a bit of a risk walking through the yard there. It looks like we're on with Scala now. Nope. Optimus Pines has made his way over towards the garage with the light rifle. He's going to get some shots here. Switches to his pistol trying to get the quick shot. But Commander pulls out a great grenade. He does not want to lose this game.
Yeah, I like this play by Shaw over here, just sitting with this tac magnum inside their base. Just if he just walks around, he can shoot anybody that he wants. Nobody's really going to be knowing where it's coming from. Good job of focusing on only one player up there. Waits and paces that last shot to make sure that he's actually going to be going down. We see this invis in the back of the space, and they definitely know where he is as they're getting shots and shots on him as he's going to be followed. Shaw having to run away from this guy top mid. Throwing a couple chase nades, but I don't think they're going to be connecting on anything. I'm actually going to hop on board with Rage as he has this railgun in his hands and just throws down a quick reversal on the player in that treehouse.
Yeah, great play by Rage. Really excited to see what he's going to do with this. Making his way towards the blue treehouse, where players appear to be spawning. And I like that he's going to back down a little bit, try and get team shots instead of going over there, trying to make a solo play and potentially lose control of the railgun.
Yeah, I mean, right so far so good, just keeping this top mid area. I wish he had a little bit more help coming out from his team, and that's a beautiful shots from Pumpkin to take him out, and he's actually going to get that railgun in his hand, finds the second one with it, sees the third in his eyes, sees a little bit of a red, throws a nade in the wrong direction. That was a good challenge from Commander, made sure that made sure that Pumpkin thought he was going to be coming from the other side. Does a little alley-oop right there, and causes him to look in the wrong area. And oh!
Yeah, unfortunately the spawn control isn't there for Eclipse as players from Nerf These Thumbs showed up inside of the red treehouse in the garage there, and were able to take down the flag carrier.
Yeah, Pumpkin just sitting with his railgun. Oh, he almost found the player as he's coming around the edge, but does YY out of it before he's able to actually get that shot off. Pumpkin just still has 2 railgun bullets left in his hand. And he has 2 railgun shots left, and the next railgun's already up. Something that you really don't like to see on this map. And as a couple go down for Eclipse, I'm gonna go and listen in with sorry, I kept trying to think of the name, Nerf These Thumbs, and see what they're going up to in this match.
Yeah, looks like Nerf These Thumbs has almost managed to get away with this one through bottom mid. Just kidding, that was... Oh, yep, Ghost X 117 covering this one as they put in a flag and tie this one 1-1.
So let's see what their communication like is coming out after that first flag cut.
Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna
think
move.
they got it.
I'm gonna move blue tree.
Still looking, just in case.
Alright, we need to get Tom
Commander, I'm
mid.
with you.
There's
One
blue
stop
tree,
mid.
left blue tree. I saw a nade. Yep, one blue tree
One's
right now.
blue tree.
You guys trying to nade blue tree?
He's top mid with camo, guys.
Alright,
Okay,
I'm
go red
behind
tree
him right now.
Yeah, as soon as you said that, I started to look. My bad.
Alright, I got one blue tree down.
That was bad.
One shot or
top
tree.
mid. I got a double.
Who's got real? We
You
have
down? I do. Yeah, one top mid right now.
Hey, one shot
Camo's
or
in our
elbow. One
garage.
shot.
I'm gonna
Camo's
be
in our
down.
garage. That's Camo guy in our garage.
Can I put a
Hey,
nade on?
one's still top mid. Watch top mid.
No, he's dead. He's dead.
Alright,
Small door
their porch.
right now. Ours.
he's coming up. Window.
Good shit.
Oh, that was
There's
Camo guy.
silo. There's
One red river. Red river.
One shot. Their yard.
Damn. You kidding me, dude?
Red tree now.
Damn it, dude.
He's one
They have
shot,
rail.
good shit.
They have rail right now. He's
Blue
there.
tree house and rail. Yep. One guy top mid, red
fucking
bridge,
lost it.
and one guy there's
Alright,
silo. There's silo
yeah, I
going
tried
red
to
tree
get out of the
house.
way.
We have to make sure to get that top mid
Okay.
control.
One
Coming
guy
up
top
red
mid.
tree right now, guys.
Yeah, they're red. They're gonna be red tree coming from
Red tree pushing our elbow.
I'm moving. Oh,
He's
come
one shot,
on. One our
Rich.
silo, dude.
I'll get him. Got him.
One our silo. I'm moving
Top
in.
mid.
die,
Top
don't
mid.
die, don't
Top
die.
mid.
Got him, I
Nice.
got him.
Rails up.
Our
I'm
engine
coming
one
top
came
mid
up.
with you here.
Wow, what's some beautiful bait and switch coming out from Ghost X and Commander right there. I mean, one being made one shot, the other one pushing in for them, that guy being made one shot, and then Ghost X pushing in to get that his help right there. I mean, some great bait and switching happening right there. Something that we really like to see coming out from these players. It shows that they're learning quite a bit. I mean, what'd you hear during that listening that you liked, Thunder?
I mean, their voices all sound excellent. They should be in High School Musical.
They should
No,
be musical. They should be.
Yeah, I think they all clearly have a shared vision of what their game looks like. They're talking about pushing railgun, and they're able to focus on calling out where the other players are, because they all pretty much know what their overall strategy is going to be.
Yeah, Ghost X making his way.
And
towards
just
top.
like that, a flag has gone in for Eclipse. It's 2-1 to them.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that. Yeah, Ghost X
They
has this camo.
snuck it by.
A little bit
And a
too
big ground
aggressive
pound
on
on
the
Scala, but it pushes him, yeah, it puts him in a bad position. He's hit with nades.
little bit
And a shot
aggressive
by
on the
Pumpkin.
ground pound. Something I don't really like to see with Pumpkin with that pack magnum. Let's see how he's been doing this game. He has 13 kills so far. Trying to back down this player in this blue tree house. Actually, it's ready for the ground pound, and that's going to cost him a little bit. But his teammate does come from behind, trying to get that kill, but he's going to back down. And as he saw that 3 players from his base, 3 players on his team went down, going back towards his base, trying to clear out his side.
I'm not sure I am necessarily a huge fan of that play. I like that he's got the light rifle now, but I think he would have been able to deal with all those guys pushing through the yard much more effectively if he had just stayed in his own tree. Now we've got Commander pushing over to the elbow. He's got a light rifle and a flank on a guy here in the garage, able to take down Pumpkin with a couple of very nice shots. Also got a tac mag laying down shots on Scala, and this flag is going to go past the 50-yard line. Only one player, it looks like Commander, is going to be on the overextend. Excuse me, I'm getting all turned around with this. Ghost is going to put this flag in.
There we go, 2-2 tied
Somebody
up.
with a very similar looking tag was on the overextend but was cleaned up.
Alright, so I'm gonna see how I know it's gonna be interesting to see how baggage, not baggage, I don't know what I'm saying. Eclipse responds from that flag cap going in. So let's go and open team listen with them, see what's going through their brains.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
fuck, Ty, the
Look
other
up
way.
top, Spider-Man.
Other silo,
He's
camo,
right behind you.
Camo.
Still silo, stay alive.
Fuck.
Ty, one up there.
Top
Enemy
mid.
flank
There's
camo.
one
silo, one top mid.
You gotta get top
You guys
control.
got
They're all
fucking
over. Just
dirty.
defend our base. Defend our base. Clear that out first. Yo. He's going.
Which
He's
chest down?
going bottom mid.
Chest down.
Overextend, Spider-Man. Overextend. All right, that's 2 down, but they're still pulling. You should have him. You should have the cutoff. Good kill. You gotta get that. You gotta get that. Pull their
Get on that,
flag.
jump it. Get on that, jump it.
Pull their flag. Pull their flag. right,
don't worry.
Counter cap.
Fuck, I hit the
Or don't.
fucking roof. Oh my goodness.
Front of their base. Don't juggle. Oh, they know you're there now. That's why. No. Fuck. Go top mid. Go top mid.
I put shots down for you.
They're looking like pit and bottom mid. Watch
Alright,
those
go.
two.
Got front of our base. And our silo. He's pulling
Take
our
my
flag.
flag. Our silo.
There
He's
you go.
dead.
Pulling our flag. That's
That's
three
two
down.
dead. That's two dead.
3 down.
We got the flag. Get it in.
Go.
Push the push.
Just get that flag in.
Go boys.
Weak. There it is.
Boys. So sweaty, but we still pulled it out.
What a last-ditch effort coming in from Eclipse right there. Holy crap, that flag carrier. I thought it was definitely going to get reset, but you could definitely hear the cheering coming out from their squad as they were able to take that second map. And a pretty stellar finish right there.
Yeah, absolute insanity. Real back and forth game. I think Nerf These Thumbs have kind of found their stride on some of those plays. Their overextensions look pretty solid. They were able to get some good top mid control and got 5 flags out to like 6 for Eclipse. 3 flag carrier kills to Eclipse's 4. Eclipse just able to put in a little bit more objective efficiency, but not looking quite as dominant as they did in the rest of their game.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a little bit of a closer game right there. It was a 3-2 score, but I mean, Eclipse just doing something right today as they they're taking down the top team of this preseason bracket. That's, I think they're feeling a little bit of the miss. I think they're missing Architect a little bit. You know, the squad's just not feeling the same. I think he was a pillar for their communication when it came in that regard, and I think they're feeling it as we're going into a game 3 on this Rig Strongholds. I mean, what do you think is going to be happening here? You think North East Sum's going to be able to come back?
I think it's definitely within their ability, but I mean, Eclipse is looking really strong right now. It is absolutely shocking that this team was almost in the B League because they are playing so well right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing just absolutely amazing plays coming out, really smart plays. Their coach definitely had their back when it came to polls telling them, hey, the flag carrier needs to go here. Hey, don't juggle. Hey, do this, do that, and letting those little small plays, they definitely add up. And 1 second, I should probably put the game where it needs to be. But Rig Stronghold is definitely one of the more complicated maps when it comes to like controlling spawns, controlling bases, making sure that you're rotating all the time. Any suggestions that you have for these teams?
Yeah, you know, I think the at the highest levels, the most important thing is that when you've got that outside control, you don't allow yourself to get trapped inside of barrels. You want to kind of get through that area, get into long haul, and make sure that you're putting pressure on people as they make their way to tower and as they make their way into engine 2, if possible. You don't want to overextend yourself out there and get killed. Like I said, this is a complex map, so a lot of things can go wrong. But if you're able to hold tower and Whitehall, I think those are really the linchpins of the map that everything kind of rotates around. So no matter what setup you're trying to hold, if you're able to get in there and put pressure on people, keep them away from you, you're going to be doing something.
Yeah, I mean, that's really what's going to be coming down to, you know, just making sure that you're rotating and getting the shots necessary on people, making sure that you're communicating well. And I think we have all these teams ready, up and going, so let's get into this game 3 on Rig Strongholds. Oh, if I can get the right, I want to make sure that I transition first, so we don't have another error as we had before. But game 3, this could be the last game of the series. Something that we would definitely not expecting from Eclipse to take out the top squad 3-0. But anything's possible. I think we could be seeing a strong response from Nerf These Thumbs as they have their coach back in their chat, and I think Volunteer makes a pretty large difference when it comes to their gameplay.
Yeah, I would definitely. I can't imagine him not being an enormous help. He understands the game really well and has great small talk. So who do you want to start out with?
Oh, I think we have to start off with somebody from Nerf These Thumbs. I think Ghost X is going to be an important player to watch here. Let's see what he's starting off. And I think he's going to be making a play and trying to get something in his hands. He's not going to be sitting around with this pistol. He always wants something in his hands, whether it be an invis, a scatter shot, but he's actually just going to throw a couple nades, let the invis go in his team's favor, gets the shot, and let Commander stay alive. So let's hop on board with him as he has a full invis, and he's making his way towards this basement.
Does a great job there of backing out of the basement here. Oh, just manages to make that jump. Sure, that was totally intentional.
I definitely
Did some
thought he
damage
was
on
trying
this
to
guy
fall
cut,
off right there.
but is not aware of the player in Tower 1. Let's see if that guy's going to get back here and get a back smack on him. He is not. It appears he's going to be rotating up to Tower 2 or something. Commander is going to capture basement here with Sawyer, and hopefully they're going to be able to deal with this push coming through the barrel side.
I think he expected that to be a back lab, and it just wasn't. And now they got a kind of an unfortunate situation because of it. Another thing I thought that was interesting right there, even though Commander had that invis and everything like that, he let his teammate pick up that railgun and let him try making the plays with it. I would have really liked to see the invis guy pick up the railgun. I think it would have been used a little bit more effectively if it was in his hands. But nonetheless, the railgun kill is going to be coming out for Ghost X right there.
He also appears to be getting this kill on Pumpkin in open field. Definitely an interesting play from Pumpkin to try and get over to those carbine spawns. Left him a little bit exposed. And Nerf These Thumbs is going to be able to take control of barrels and push these guys from Eclipse back into the bunker spawn. I really love this from Ghost, that he's getting up here towards Whitehall and putting pressure on these guys as they respawn, rather than letting them get over to barrels, which is what happened last time and allowed them to take out Commander inside. But oh, 2 players have slipped through the net anyway.
Yeah,
Not sure how that happened. Somebody must have made a mistake over at barrels. Commander able to get a double kill though, and is going to capture this basement. No, he's not. He's going to be taken down by, almost taken down by Pumpkin. These are some crazy exchanges. I cannot keep up with them.
Yeah, no. And now we're actually seeing 2 players in this nest just huddling behind that pillar. Optimus Prime saying, hey, I'm going to get out of here. I know the nades are coming. He soars out, but Ghost X trying to get up into this engine 2 area. Finds one, knows another guy in that engine 2. Gets a couple shots on him and lets his teammate try to get that kill. But he's going to be able to survive. And now, this is what I like from Ghost X. He sees that there's a need to push from nest. Doesn't actually push, gets the cut so his teammate can push, and that invis is taken away right in front of his face, and Ghost X has no idea where that invis man is, and he's just going to try running away with his life right here.
Yes, I believe there's a fractured ankle somewhere on the field there. That was pretty crazy. Optimus finds getting some assistance to make a big kill on Commander in S1. He's going to make his way up towards Nest where he's going to try and capture it here. But a player from Nerf These Thumbs, Ghost X117, gets a back smack on Spider-Man. And Pines is going to make his way over here to basement where he has some assistance. Fortunately, they're going to try and jump in the basement first, and Rage up there with his railgun may be able to take them down.
That railgun just went right behind his back, almost taken out by it. Eventually finds the player that is Commander over in that yellow corner area, and even though we're not seeing ideal setups coming out from Eclipse, they still are building quite a bit of a lead right here as it turns into 34-18 with about 8 to 9 minutes left in this match. And they're gonna
the rotations here are really well done. They're doing a great job of just barely hanging on, you know, staying alive just long enough to get the cap and escape and fight another round.
And that being said, I want to see what Nerf These Thumbs is going to be doing in response to see not Nerf These Thumbs. Sorry, I'm going to be seeing what the communications coming like from Eclipse and see if they're going to be able to build onto this lead coming into these halfway mark.
In basement.
They're in here. They're in here.
2 in basement.
by the
Rotate
box,
nest.
by the
Rotate
box.
nest. Rotate nest.
Where?
Go nest. Go
Behind
nest. Pumpkin, go nest.
Behind the forklift.
I'm going.
He's under nest. He's bottom nest. Open field. Put a nade down. Put a nade down right there. There you go. He's on carbine.
Carbine.
Catwalk.
Basement window.
There you go. Now get out of there. Get out of there. Rotate basement window.
Open field. Scatter shot.
Yep, still there. And catwalk.
Catwalk.
Catwalk, one shot. Jump. There you go. Go basement window. There's one back rail.
One shot back girl. Sitting on back girl.
He's basement now. There you go. Go basement. Hold it.
Just hold it.
I'm coming this with you.
Oh fuck! I don't want this.
Alright,
44
you're gonna
camo.
rotate BR base.
Ah,
Camo,
camo
44.
44, burned it.
Camo's up.
44,
You got it?
44,
Okay, you burned
44.
it. Watch
Burned it,
Whitehall.
burned it.
Correct. Let's go.
Just go Whitehall. Pumpkin. Yeah, he's coming. Nest bridge.
At 3.
Just nade it.
Yo, can we nade
On nest.
Wow, what some coaching coming in from Aware, telling exactly where those players, where they need to be, and what they need to be doing. We heard, hey, go top nest, hey, do this, do that, and then players listening to him, and that's what happens, you know? Listen to your coach, and you'll be seeing plays like this happen, and the Pumpkin just setting up to be in the right position at all times. This kill after kill falling in his favor.
Yeah, he's been looking very impressive through this whole series, and it looks like Eclipse as a whole has really found their groove, letting Pumpkin go ham on people, with the other guys playing really efficiently with the objective around him.
Ghost X dodging him a little bit, but nonetheless, Shaw's going to be able to find him, and then 3 players find the man over at Carbine. And I think right now it's just a matter of Nerf These Thumbs. They're pushing out together, but they're not really pushing out the spawns. They're pushing and trying to try to set up a yellow corner. I'd like to see them really make a play over in that back cat area, try to get themselves these carbine spawns, force a spawn for the other team in that bunker area. But once you just see them setting up in that yellow corner area, and they're just able to pick them off one by one. So even though they're playing aggressive, they're just not playing aggressive in the right spots. They're kind of hanging back in that yellow corner area.
Yeah, I think they're letting the scoreboard get to them. You know, in strongholds, you only score 1 point every 3 seconds. So even when it looks like, oh my god, there's 9 seconds left, you've got time for 2 solid spawn cycles before that game is
I
lost.
think we just saw the
so if you
upset of the
double
night
cap,
right there, dude.
yeah, we saw the upset of the century. That was like if straight rip and beat Optic Gaming. Like what just
I
happened?
think we're seeing that the preseason bracket did not matter. I mean, these two teams from Eclipse wasn't even supposed to be an A-League team. Like, think about that. Another team was added, and now the team that was on the brink of being on the B League just took down the top seed. Just absolutely demolished them. 3-0 in the favor of Eclipse. That is something that I was not expecting to see tonight.
Yep, I don't think anybody was expecting that. Anybody anywhere. Maybe Beware and his boys on Eclipse expected it. I don't even know.
That's the only people that you really need to expect it. If you believe in your gameplay and you let it happen, it'll definitely show. And I mean, 100-21 on Rick Strongholds is nothing to really laugh about. That means they knew what they were exactly what they were doing that game. And
yeah, even with 1,700 damage coming out from Ghost, they just 1,800 from Pumpkin, just even more productive. Absolute insanity.
All right, so let's. I mean, I can't even fathom like what just happened right here. We're seeing
I know, gosh,
made.
I wonder how much time we have if we could get a quick